to the project that we started 1 year ago. According to the approved project scope, there are 13 deliverables, among which number 7 includes many practical tools for different HR situations and needs. They can be divided into 2 categories. One is strategy and plan. They are more high level and conceptual. The other is tools and templates. They are low level and more practical. Company emphasizes the importance of the practical level. While I have to say that the high level conceptual works sets the tones, and the starting point is understanding of the company's HRM status quo. We discussed it last year after we just started the project. There are some interconnections among all the deliverables. As we mentioned, we started from status quo, and from there, we realized that we need to review the organization chart, and we also need some works for role definition and career paths, and we also have some operational matters to consider. Then based on that, we studied the strategy report. Strategy, HR management strategy, that's considered the highest level for this piece of job. It sets a tone for the plan for each aspect and the lower level operations. The organization structure is talking about the department settings. We also mentioned the level hierarchy and assessment criteria. For all these details, we'll have a quick view one by one. And then based on that, we come out with the organization chart. It's just a document. It's a record, and applying the hierarchy and the role combination rules. And then also from the organization chart, we come out with the roles and career paths. And for the recruitment cycle, is we discuss how to recruit the people. It outlines the conceptual framework. It is a guidance of the lower practical level. Then this number 7 is talking about the HR tools. There are quite some subfolders that we created. Basically, that's aligned with the recruitment cycle. For different cycle, we have different tools and templates to refer to. We will also have a look later. And specifically for this number 7, we have one by one short video to guide the HR executive how to use the HR tools and templates. Then we also need to talk about compensation. Compensation high level is strategy that bridges the gap between the HR management, the highest level strategy, and the practical. Then from that strategy, we come out with the structure. There are 7 factors to consider. Also, it is a guideline of the practical level. Then from compensation, we look into salary. How about the salary structure? The major part of compensation is salary. It further down close to the practical level. And then the salary grade it is actually an attachment of the salary structure. It is also a tool embedded with mathematical theories, guides when and how to use it. Number 12 is the assessment. It guides the next level of HR management operation. Then for the year-end appraisal, this is plan level, and this is further down from the performance review and assessment system. So these are the deliverables more on high level, except for deliverable number 7. We will have a look at the number 7. It's talking about the HR tools. Yeah, we split it into 7 aspects. That's in line with the recruitment cycle. And then also a series of videos recorded here so that the HR executive can have a look at it and know how to use the tools. The 11 video records are listed here. And the individual Word document, independent contractors management regulations, is a practical level. It does not belong to any of the step. It's a general, so it's separately saved here. And then talking about how about the SharePoint confidential folder to be managed. There's a file directory to guide it. We also have some special part of the work, which is saved in onboard kit. That's job menu. That's also company emphasized. We have job menu for procurement, logistics, and accounting roles respectively. And each menu includes step-by-step guidance with necessary screenshots and explanation for every step, so that to make sure that whoever has no background, no experience, read it, will know how to work on it. The target is to save the time of the supervisor for training them, also provide a standard training material, and meanwhile shorten the period before a new person from newly recruited to able to work and then work independently. So there are also additional information for management to have some insights. One is a manpower cost estimation. This is talking about the possible maximum cost. And the other is headcount analysis. It's basically to discuss when to increase headcount and how much headcount we need. It is also it's an echo to the strategy, to HR management strategy. We mentioned the workforce planning, so it is also a good answer to that on a very detailed level. So as we mentioned in the first session, almost 1 year ago, when we discussed the status quo, HR management is not only an art, but also it is a science with all these kind of analysis and figures to support. So we will go through the detailed deliverables one by one quickly. So let's have a look at it. Okay. Yeah, this is a status quo analysis which we discussed it almost 1 year ago. And then, yeah, the analysis basis, we talked about the company's HRM and strengths, and then we talked more about weakness. we talked about organization chart and business model and scalability, and then we also find that how it will affect the operation, and then the potential risks from because of the organization, some structure arrangement, and then we also noted the turnover, and then how to solve it. Will be addressed in the later deliverables. Lacking middle level is also what we noted. But of course, we understand that companies at different stage, and then the career path. For this, how we address that, we come out with certain plan for the not only the hierarchy but also the levels and the career path. And we discussed the organization chart, and this is operational level. Yeah, so this is a status quo. Also a quick review of our starting point. So now we will move to the second deliverables. This is our HR management strategy. Yeah, the HR management objective, we talk about the corporate culture and the leadership, talent, working force planning, L&D, and the performance metrics. So all these are the high-level guideline for our next level of plan, and then further down to practical level, all the tools and the templates. So how are the aspects related to each other? Yeah, this is a some idea. And company culture, yeah, company has a very good culture. It is also, culture is the spirit of a company. And then talking about the leadership, we talked about about how the leadership will impact the rest. And then we talk about talent. This is our major part of HR management, how we attract, how we retain, and how we work together with talents. Yeah, this is also the high-level discussion. And all these mentioned will reflect in different procedures. So can tell that this is really a guideline. And the workforce planning, yeah, this is the thread of thoughts. And then we also have a headcount calculation in the later part that will provide some insights to management. And the L&D, every company has this part. It's to build a strong team. We have training system, we have career development paths, we have leadership development. Yeah, for all this will be all the way down to the practical level. And then performance metrics. It drives excellence in company performance. We have KPI, which company does it quite well all the way. Then we have performance review. Performance review is more than just KPI. We have more aspects, and then we have performance recognition through different methods, and the impacts of it. So that's for the that is the second deliverables. Now let's move to the third one. We move to the third one. This is talking about the structure. As mentioned, yeah, it comes from the status quo. This is legal structure, but here we're talking about the organization structure, how the different departments interact with each other, and then yeah, the functions, how about the functions of each department? And we can tell that the supply chain department is a starting point, and then the focal point then provide the first tier support and second tier support. So basically that's it. And if we have a quality assurance department, that department will guide and observing all the operations of the operational departments. So that's the idea. And then the supply chain department is the core, as we mentioned. That we also further discussed some important rules. And then the sales and marketing department is the engine. We also have further discussion. And then the safeguard is a supply management department. We have what the suppliers provide. Suppliers affect the HSS service. We have different aspects of view. One is systematic, one is transactional. And that's why the supply management is also, we suggested for company to think about it. And then we talk about the rule combination. What kind of rule can be combined with the other? So these are the analyses from risk management perspective. And then we talk about the reporting line and the career path. And we talk about the hierarchy. And all these are the basis for our next level of practical work for assessment, for the job description. For this, we're based on this document. Then for the different level, there are different criteria. So what kind of criteria should be included? There are 5, and then we further look into it. How about the attributes should have? How about the skills in demand? The general skills, and then talking about the technical skills, and then you have different proficiency level. And yeah, this is just the reference we discussed earlier. This is a organization structure. We will move to the fourth. Deliverable number 4. This is more like a record. Use different color code to indicate the country people are recruited from. And then we included the department, of course, and we included the person's code. So all these are explained here. The department, the position, the office, which office the person is from, and then the infotech code, and then the name. Also, the short name will be provided. Yeah, this is updated on 9th April, according to the structure then. Yeah, that's it. And then we will move to the next number 5. Deliverable number 5. Oh, sorry. This is the deliverable number 5. The roles and the career path. Yeah, as mentioned, it is derived from the high-level structure, organization structure. And then we have user guide, then we have different rules. And for each rule, we have job description, we have criteria, critical work function, and the skills and the competence, and also the level assessment criteria. For every rule, we have it, so we can check it randomly. Like for this one, the lead coordinator, supply chain lead coordinator, the job description, and then the major task. Yeah, this is in line with the job description, but presented in different way. And then the skills and the competencies. This is also the summary. And look at the assessment. How about the assessment? If the person meets the criteria for, let's say, level 3.3, then yeah, should be this one. So this lists all the detailed criteria. So how about the, let's say, the subpoint of each main point? So that's the idea. And it also becomes a guidance for our actual assessment work. So we will we mentioned that in our tools level. Hope that is clear. And then we will move to the next number 6, deliverable number 6. Yeah, this is talking about the recruitment cycle, and this is exactly the guideline for the deliverable number 7 for all those detailed tools and templates. Yeah, that number 7 is the elaboration and the working level of this number 6. Generally, there are 3 sections: candidate sourcing and selection, that's recruitment, and then during the engagement and the retention, and then departure. So there are different, we split it into different stages here, and then for each stage, what we should do. And then this picture, this slide we discussed earlier, and according to this analysis, we can decide where we should look for our candidates, we should recruit, and then advertisement. We need to plan. We need we post, and all these can see that there are templates and guidelines will refer to the detailed working level. Then the shortlist interview, yeah, the offer, the onboarding stage, and the probation and the confirmation, and then the section 2, mainly talking about the assessment. Then there will be this is also the section 2. Some changes may happen for the job responsibility, then the salary will be adjusted accordingly. So what we should do. And then the section 3 is the departure. So that's deliverable number 6. And deliverable number 7, as mentioned, that's another set of documents we explain to the working level, to the HR executive. Now we move to deliverable number 8. Yeah, number 8, talking about compensation strategy. These are the content, the overview and objectives and the factors to consider. Then the compensation components, performance-based compensation and benefits and perks, employee recognition and reward. Yeah, these are some factors to consider. And the direct compensation component, we have direct and indirect. Indirect is benefits and perks, and then the performance-based compensation. There are some factors need to consider, and how about all these factors should take into consideration. And these are the detailed analysis and discussion. And then talking about benefit and perks. Also, we did some analysis, and then employee recognition and reward. Yeah, and this is the implementation level. Just some example, we have the peer performance review tools, and then the year end there will be appraisal and assessment tools, and we have all these implementation level. So that's it for deliverable number 8. Now we move to number 9. Number 9 is the implementation of number, it's deep down from number 8. It's talking about the structure. Basically, here we talk about what are the factors to be considered, direct and indirect components, how many factors we need to consider. We also did some calculation and we compared with the market. These are factors to consider. And yeah, for the bonus calculation mechanism, we have different choices, predetermined or post-determined. Yeah, different choices have different flow and different impact, and then commission policy, and then number of standby workforce. That is also a factor to consider. And then the hidden labor cost. What are the hidden labor costs are? And then that's a summary page, and also talking about our implementation. All these in our implementation are taken into consideration. So this is number 9. So now let's look at move to the number 10. Yeah, this is our salary structure. Compensation is a big word. Salary is more specific. It's a fixed monthly income for the person who contributes service, who contribute to the company it's on a regular basis. They're supposed to get some monthly service fee. And then the importance of base salary we discussed, and then the impact of factors to consider. And then this is a country factor. How about country average for this industry? And then from we did some comparison, and we can obviously see that Singapore is the highest, and we strategically recruit from the Asian countries. They're much lower than Singapore, but of course it's an average. The salary grade, this is an overview, what's the purpose and benefit. Then we use salary grade. We talking about the key components, all explained here. And then, yeah, here talking about the grade, how we decide the grade. We apply the Fibonacci sequence and also natural number sequence, because they are more logic in our level of grade to decide the gaps. And then we do some comparison against the benchmark. From this, we can see that whether it is reasonable or not. And then this is a salary range. The range is like this way, from the lowest level to the, we're talking about focus on the operational level. So that's level 4, level 3 and level 4. And then the salary range change, when it will be changed, what triggers the change, and how about the change criteria. So that's the suggestion we put into bracket for the company to consider. So this is number 10. Now let's move to number 11. Number 11 is exactly the grade. It is an Excel. Yeah, this is our starting point, refer from the organization structure, and then we have different levels, and for each level has 3 sub-levels, and then by country, minimum, maximum, midpoint, and then we did a conversion to Singapore dollars so that we will roughly know that how about the cost for different country, which one is relatively high, which one is relatively low, and then yeah, all these calculations are here. So the final one is Singapore. The grade gap, as mentioned, all these are discussed in the previous deliverable, the salary structure. How about the gap, and how we decided how it works? How about the formula? Can check. Yeah, the quick link also provided here. So this is number 11. When adjust the salary, we want to the HR executive might want to refer to this table to check the check whether it is in line with the with this table suggested grade. Now we move to the next. Just now that's 11. Now we move to 12. 12 is performance review and system and assessment system. This is also we mentioned, and it's a reference, the basis for the operational level. So we also shared this one to the HR executive level. This is the overall the system. The right hand side, that's positive, and then this negative. We may not able to fully avoid the negative, but the important thing is how to convert all this, transform this negative incident to a positive one. What we noted, what kind of holes we observed from that. And then we have, of course, we have regular KPI. Now we have monthly KPI. Then we have periodical performance review, and we have annual appraisal. So that's generally the system. And this is for monthly KPI and the performance review. The KPI is calculated in Excel, and then the performance review we'll talk about more. So it's in PPT format. The template was provided. Then talking about the annual appraisal, we have a separate topic to discuss that how to conduct the annual one. Annual one is much more than just KPI. It's a holistic assessment. And then we have trophy. It's occasional one. And then incident investigation. Yeah, as mentioned, how to transform from negativity to positivity. So this is an overview. Now let's look at the final deliverable. So this is a year-end appraisal. This one we explained, we mentioned in December. The year-end assessment system, basically, this the overall assessment. The basis is KPI, but more than KPI, we conduct a holistic appraisal, and then this appraisal result will become a factor of KPI. So times KPI equals to the year-end assessment result. Based on that, we'll decide how about the bonus. So this is a idea. This is a concept here. And yeah, year-end, for this one, we have mentioned how and who, and how about the structure, what are the process, what are included, include both feedback and approval. And then there are quantitative and qualitative. For quantitative, different group have different sets of factors, and we also include peer feedback and subordinates feedback into consideration. And then for the subcategory weightage, it's also mentioned here for different rule, different group of appraisee, we have different weightage for different items. And then the feedback, talking about how to conduct the assessment, how should a person give himself or herself 75 or 100. We have the more practical level guidelines, which we explained in the HR executive level with a complete set of manual for both HR and appraisee. Then this is a feedback matrix for peer and for subordinates, and then rating and the grades. Because for the appraisal template, we use Infotech as instructed. But Infotech cannot conduct everything. So just the appraisal part, including qualitative and quantitative and qualitative. These are the qualitative part. And then talking about the documentation, there are 9 documents and some of Google Forms. And for those feedback from Google Forms, HR executive is supposed to do some calculation and then combine it into send individual emails to inform individual and combine that into the appraisal form. Yeah, this is a summary. How should people will give feedback to each other, and then the red arrow talking about the approve, and then we applied that in financial year 2023. So that's application. We'll not go to details for that application. So other than that, we still have some additional for the as we mentioned that there's cost estimation. This is a cost estimation. This is an Excel sheet to yeah. Finally, this is conclusion. The key assumptions and key conclusions and some notes. Of course, it's based on quite some assumptions. So for all those in blue font will be for this you can change the data. For the rest, the formula is set so that you can see that, and the same for every page. And if that's blue font, that's variables, and if that's black, there are formula embedded. So that's it. We can have some idea about the possible maximum HR cost. And now let's move to the other. We mentioned headcount. Yeah, we may have some idea about when and where and how many we need to adjust the headcount and prepare the headcount. This is also talking about the preparation. So the data reference are listed here. It's based on the deep down analysis of the past year's business figure, and then that's an assumption, and all these other the assumption, logistics, and the procurement team, and then the method applied for this, and then the procurement headcount factor. How about the headcount factor, and how about the result? So the conclusion is each 100 IFQ needs 3%. And then the procurement headcount scale, there are different scales, let's say from this figure to this figure. How about the range? So for this range, we only need 1. So this is talking about the scale. The conversion rate affects matters, and this is logistical headcount. The calculation result is each 100 RFQ needs 1%. So we can roughly tell that and prepare for that and plan for the headcount. Yeah, this is operational headcount scale. This is if let's say the additional 100 to 140 IFQ, how many additional procurement we need, how many additional logistic we need, and how about the application examples. So here, the lead time, the actions to take, and also alternative manpower plan. Yeah, this is actually included the estimation of the human cost, HR management, HR cost, the labor cost. So that's it for the management to have some idea. So let's look at the final one. The final one is the list, document list. So these are the whole document list, the 13 deliverables, and then these 2 documents are actually running and in use. And then, yeah, for different category, which are combined to which kit, HR tools kit. So that's a whole list. The videos are not listed here. We'll update it shortly. So basically, that's it for the overall project. Hope you have some understanding about this, better understanding about this project's work. And thank you very much.